If you had asked me 3 years ago what kind of wife I was, I would have said loyal, loving, honest. Now, now I'm the cautionary tale my friends whisper about when someone jokes, maybe we should open things up. Because I did. And it cost me everything. This is long, but if you're even thinking about asking for an open relationship because you're curious or feel stuck, please read this first. Because curiosity ruined my life. Mark and I had been married 7 years. No kids. Quiet house in the suburbs. 2 cars, stable jobs, Sunday grocery trips, the same takeout place every Friday. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't exciting. That's the word I kept using. Exciting. I'd scroll Instagram and see girls from college traveling with new boyfriends, going to rooftop bars, wearing tight dresses, posting tequila shots and beach photos. Meanwhile, I was folding laundry at 9 p.m., watching crime shows with my husband who fell asleep halfway through every episode. Mark was safe, reliable, predictable. He left little notes in my lunch. He warmed up my car in winter. He rubbed my feet when I had headaches. He loved me in that quiet, steady way people write wedding vows about. And somehow, I started resenting him for it. Isn't that disgusting? But at the time, it felt justified. I told myself I was growing, that I'd gotten married too young, that maybe I hadn't experienced life. My coworkers didn't help. They talked about dating apps and hookups like it was some glamorous adventure. Marriage is outdated, one of them said once at lunch. Monogamy is basically a social construct. I laughed and nodded like I was enlightened, but inside something started itching. What if I missed out? What if there were better men out there? Hotter men. More exciting men. Men who didn't fall asleep by 10:30. I started comparing everything Mark did to imaginary people who didn't exist. And of course, he lost every time. The idea came to me slowly, then all at once. Open marriage. Not cheating, I told myself. Honesty. Modern, healthy, progressive. All those nice words people use to dress up selfishness. I rehearsed the conversation for weeks. I practiced sounding calm and logical. Like I was suggesting we try a new restaurant, not detonating a bomb in our relationship. The night I brought it up, we were doing dishes together. He was rinsing plates. I was drying. Just normal. I remember thinking how ordinary the moment felt. How stupid it was that I was about to shatter it. Hey, I said, trying to sound casual. Can we talk about something kinda serious? He immediately turned off the water. That's how he was. Always attentive. Of course, what's up? I almost backed out. I should have. Instead, I said it. I've been thinking, maybe we rushed into marriage a little young, and maybe we didn't really get to experience other people. He frowned. Not angry, just confused. Other people? How? My heart was hammering. Like, maybe we could try opening things up. Just a little. Not emotionally, just physically. So we don't feel like we missed anything. The silence after that felt endless. He just stared at me. Like I'd suddenly started speaking another language. You mean, you want to sleep with other people? When you say it like that, it sounds bad. I rushed. It's just exploring. Lots of couples do it. It could make us stronger. I remember actually believing that. God. The mental gymnastics. He sat down at the table, hands clasped, looking smaller somehow. Are you unhappy with me? That question should have stopped me, should have punched me in the chest. But I was too far inside my own head. It's not about you, I said. I just feel bored, like I never got to live. I will never forget his face. Like I'd told him loving me had been a mistake. He didn't yell, didn't fight, didn't storm out, which somehow made it worse. He just said quietly, if this is what you need to stay, I'll try. He said it like he was agreeing to surgery, not freedom. And instead of seeing that, I felt relieved, like I'd won something. I hugged him, thanked him, told him he was amazing. I thought I was so mature, so evolved. In reality, I'd just convinced my husband to let me break his heart with permission. The first date felt electric. Dating apps again at 30. Matches, messages, compliments, men calling me gorgeous, funny, sexy. Things Mark hadn't said in years because he didn't need to. We were married, but strangers saying them? It was addictive. My first hookup was with a guy named Tyler. Tall, tattoos, bartender. He smelled like cologne and cigarettes. Everything about him screamed bad decision, which made it thrilling. I came home at 2 a.m., buzzing with adrenaline. Mark was asleep on the couch, lamp still on, waiting. That image hit me weirdly hard, but I pushed it away. He asked softly, "Did you have fun?" I smiled. Yeah, it was nice. Nice, like I'd gone bowling. He nodded and went to bed. Didn't ask questions, didn't touch me, just rolled over. For the first time ever, there was space between us, and I pretended not to notice. For a few months, I lived like I was 22 again. Dates, drinks, random apartments, excuses. I bought new clothes, started doing my makeup heavier, posting thirst traps. The attention was intoxicating. Meanwhile, Mark started changing. At first, I didn't care. He started going to the gym, stopped waiting up for me, started cooking for himself. Then he cut his hair shorter, bought new clothes. I assumed he was trying to compete, trying to keep me interested, which honestly felt flattering. Until one night I came home early, and he wasn't there. I texted him. No answer. Midnight. Still nothing. For the first time, I felt that ugly twist in my stomach. Jealousy. At 1 a.m., he walked in smiling. Smiling. I'd never seen him smile like that after being out without me. "How was your night?" I asked too casually. "Good," he said. "Met someone interesting." Someone. The word punched me. I laughed. "Oh, cute?" "Yeah, she's really easy to talk to." He sounded lighter, like a weight had been lifted. And suddenly the air felt thin. Wait. That wasn't how this was supposed to work. He was supposed to stay steady, safe, mine. I was the one exploring, not him. I hated myself for the thought. But it was there, raw and ugly. After that, everything shifted. He started going out more, started getting texts he'd smile at, started humming while he cooked. Humming. Mark never hummed. He looked happy. Actually happy. Not the quiet content he used to be, but alive. And I realized something terrifying. He didn't need me to be okay. All those nights I thought he was home lonely. He wasn't. He was living too. And apparently doing it better than me. Because my hookups started feeling empty. Repetitive. Cheap. Meanwhile, he'd come home glowing from dinner dates and museum trips and hikes. Real dates. Not drunken mistakes. I remember one night he mentioned her name. Emily. He said it softly, like it mattered, and my chest tightened so hard I thought I might throw up. I tried sleeping with Tyler that night, just to prove I didn't care. But halfway through, I just stopped. It felt gross, meaningless. I kept picturing Mark laughing with her, touching her back the way he used to touch mine. I left early and cried in my car. I told myself I was just tired, not jealous, not regretful, just tired. But deep down I knew. I'd opened a door I couldn't close. One evening I came home and found him cooking, music playing, smiling at his phone. "What's up?" I asked. He looked nervous, but happy. I think I'm gonna take Emily to my friend's wedding next month. That sentence shattered me. That was supposed to be me. Weddings were our thing. I felt this wave of panic, like I was being replaced in real time. Wait, like as your date? He nodded. She makes me feel really good, calm, seen. Seen. The same word I used to use for him. I realized then, he wasn't just sleeping around. He was falling for someone. Something I had promised wouldn't happen. But of course it did, because emotions don't follow rules, and I'd been naive enough to think they would. That night, I finally broke. I think we should stop, I said. He looked confused. Stop what? The open thing. I'm done. I want us again. Just us. He stared at me, and for the first time ever, he didn't immediately agree with me. That's not really fair, is it? My stomach dropped. What do you mean? You wanted this. You pushed for it? I adjusted. I moved forward. And now that you're uncomfortable, you want to rewind? I didn't have an answer, because he was right. But I didn't want right. I wanted control. I miss you, I whispered. He smiled sadly. I missed you too. For months. But you were busy. That sentence still echoes in my head. A week later, he asked for a divorce. Calmly. No anger, no drama, just done. I think I deserve someone who chooses me first, he said. Not someone who comes back when they're bored. That hurt because it was true. I had treated him like a backup plan, a safety net. And someone else finally saw his value, before I did. The divorce was quick, clean, clinical. He moved into a new apartment across town. Emily helped him pack. I watched them laugh while carrying boxes, like they were already a couple, like I was just some old roommate. I went back into the empty house and cried so hard I threw up. It's been a year now. He's engaged. I saw it on Facebook. Beach proposal. Huge smile. He looks younger, healthier, happier than I ever saw him with me. They travel, host parties, adopted a dog. All the things I said I wanted. He's doing them. Just not with me. Meanwhile, I'm alone in a one-bedroom apartment scrolling dating apps that suddenly feel pathetic. All the excitement I chased? It's gone. Because it was never excitement. It was insecurity. And I traded a man who loved me unconditionally for a handful of meaningless nights. If I could go back, I'd choose boring. I'd choose safe. I'd choose Sunday groceries and falling asleep on the couch together. Because that wasn't boring. That was stability. That was love. I just didn't recognize it until it was gone. So yeah, if you're thinking about opening your marriage because you're curious or feel stuck, be careful. Because sometimes the person you set free doesn't come back. And you're the only one left standing there, watching them live the life you threw away.